Good morning, friends. It is Friday, October 15th. Thank goodness it's Friday. It is knit night. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I am gonna sit down and knit on the Stephen West MCal Clue 2 for about 30 minutes. Then I'm gonna go finish getting dressed for work and get up there. I work later tonight, kind of, because at 5 o'clock my friends come for knit night, and I might be off until 8 or so. Then tonight I'm gonna come back, pack up a bag, go to my parents' house because I'm leaving town in the morning, which is really exciting. But right now I was just watching the Clue 2 instruction video Stephen West sent out while I was getting ready. So I have a latte and I'm gonna knit some. So I'm really excited about this one. Yeah, I'm sure, I think I might bring my Musselbergs to knit night tonight because they need some work. I really want to get the Christmas one past the increases so I can cast on the red one, because I really would like to have those done in about 2 weeks. Both of them. We'll see. So let's knit. Hi friends. It is a gloomy, rainy day, and I'm in my love note and my rain boots, and I'm loving every second of it. It's almost lunchtime, so my mom's out grabbing lunch, and I'm gonna go eat when she gets back. And I just had a great meeting. I love people. I love what I do. So I'm just in a good mood. Today's been a good day. I have some stuff to finish up, some calls to make. I have 5 hours and 15 minutes until midnight. I'm so excited. Can't wait. I'm already thinking about what I'm gonna knit on. My shawlography is in the car, but I think I'm just gonna stick with my Musselberg and really try and get through those increases tonight. So I'm excited. I'm about to watch Kristen's Vlogtober for today and get caught up on that and see what else happens today. I really haven't filmed much these last couple of days, so hopefully I'll get some more footage in tonight with knit night and then over the next couple days. So we shall see. I'm excited.
Finish it, but oh my god, it took me so long to make that hat because every time I looked at it, I'm like, it's not even fun to look at it.
Genocide. Well, that stinks. 2 is 2, but you still have 1 left.
Hi friends. It's actually Monday morning now, but I'm gonna talk to you about Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So the 15th, 16th, and 17th. Because I haven't posted a vlog for those days yet. And I just felt like I went out of town for the weekend. I was traveling with my dad and we had a great time. And while we were on our way there Saturday morning, it just kind of hit me. I was like, I don't want to take away any of the time from this trip to worry about editing this and uploading it. So I just filmed when I could. And I'm gonna recap everything now, put all 3 days together, and show you what I was doing. My cats are behind me on the bed making noise, which is great. It is almost 8 o'clock in the morning. I have my mug I got in Kansas City. We went to Kansas City, Missouri. So I'm just gonna run through stuff. Friday, of course I went to work, had a fairly normal work day, and then Friday was my knit night with my friends that I host. So I kind of ran around, got snacks together, and then some friends came and some new friends that I hadn't met before, and we ate and knit and relaxed, and it was incredible. So I was at work pretty late because of that, but it was worth every moment. And I made, what did I work on? I think I worked on my Musselberg. I'll show you my project in a minute. I think I worked on my Musselberg then. So then Friday night, I came home and I got my stuff together, and then I packed up my stuff and my dog and went over to my parents' house, and I slept at my parents' house Friday night. So my little brothers were both there, and we played games for a while and hung out, and then I slept, and then I woke up at 4:30 in the morning threw my stuff in a car, and my dad and I hit the road. And from Conway to Kansas City is about a 6-hour drive. We took longer than that, but it was one of the most fun road trips I've ever had. We kind of planned stops all along the way. So we hit the road, and then about 45 minutes from home, we got to a Starbucks right as they opened. We were the first person in line. 2 minutes after they opened, got a coffee. Then got back on the road, drove for another hour and 45 minutes or so to Onyx Coffee in Rogers. Yeah, we went to the Rogers one. That's one of my favorite places in the world. I have pictures from all the coffee shops we went to, not of Starbucks, but I think I'm just gonna put all that at the end. So I'll talk to you guys a bunch right now, and then I'll throw all the pictures in, and I'm not gonna worry about editing them in. But anyway, Onyx is so cool. It's always been one of my dad and I's favorite coffee places. And they have done a lot of work on that building since COVID. I went 8 months ago, I guess, 6 or 8 months ago, on a trip down to Rogers by myself, and I hopped in, but it was way cooler to see it with my dad and talk about the equipment. And my dad and I home roast our coffee, and as y'all know, we're coffee fiends. So then from there, we drove from Rogers to Carthage, Missouri, to a coffee shop there called Maple Leaf Coffee. The coffee there was okay. It was good. I think it was locally roasted, but it probably sat a little bit. It wasn't as good as some of the other coffee we had, but we got a crepe there to share on the way, and it was incredible. It was so good. If you're anywhere near Carthage, Missouri, check out Maple Leaf crepes, because those were so yummy. Then Maple Leaf just put us a little over an hour, I think, from Kansas City. So we drove on to Kansas City. We stopped at the Roastery Factory. It's a big roastery in Kansas City. It seems like they do a high volume of roasting, but they're right along what we look for in a coffee shop. They do a lot of single origin. They do a lot of blends, but we like a single origin coffee, and we want it out the door less than 24 hours after it was roasted, so it can get to people, because that 24 to 72 hours is like peak for coffee. But they had some different processes, so we ended up going back the next day to take a tour of the factory when we could get tickets for that. And that was so cool. One of the most informative experiences of coffee I've ever had. I learned a lot. It was really fun, and there was a cold brew tasting after, and that was really cool. I loved that. So after we stopped by the roastery on Saturday, we went to the Kansas City Grilled Cheese and Mac Festival, which is what the trip was formed around. That's what we found that brought us to Kansas City. We've had tickets for several months, and it had a slow start. It got delayed. We waited in line for a long time, but waiting in line for a long time resulted in a lot of muscle-burger knitting, because Saturday morning I knit on a sock when it was dark, and then when the sun came up, I cast on and started the increases for my Musselburgh here for my little brother. I think that's where I was when we got into line. So that was Saturday and a little bit yesterday, and then on a few things on the way home. I didn't knit a ton this weekend, but that was some good knitting time in line. And we got in line, and there were a couple dozen vendors of grilled cheese and mac and cheese and craft beer, and there was an open bar, and we just walked around, waited in the lines, drank, ate, and it was so fun. And we were there for a couple hours, and by the time we had tried just about everything, had like top contender favorites. It was really fun, and we were ready to go. I obviously got sunburnt. I put on sunscreen first thing. Oh gosh, this makes me so sad. I'm usually so much better than this. But I didn't reply, and that's my bad. And then I have this line from my purse, which was so fun. I hate that. My face is already, it's burnt, but it's coming down a little bit. I'll put some makeup on in a minute before I go to work. But sip my coffee. I had originally planned Saturday, our tickets for the festival were like 12:30 to 3. The yarn store was less than 10 minutes away, and it closed at 4. So I was gonna head straight to Yarn Social, but the tickets, the event got delayed by an hour and a half, so the yarn store was closed when we left, which was fine. I kind of was like, okay, well, I didn't get yarn, but that's fine, no big deal. Spoiler alert, they were open Sunday. I found them. But anyway, Saturday after the event, we went and checked into our Airbnb. We drove around. We looked at some beautiful houses. Then we rested at the Airbnb for a little bit and then went back out downtown. Found another coffee shop called Messenger Coffee in Kansas City. It was great, and we later found out their coffee is roasted by the roastery that we went on the tour of the next day, so that was really cool. That was really good, and then we walked around downtown a little while. We hopped into Cheesecake Factory and got some cheesecake. I thought I took pictures of that, but I can't find them, but we had the vanilla bean and the tiramisu cheesecake, and they were delicious. So we did that, walked around back to our car, and then we went back and went to bed. We were both exhausted. Hi friends, it is like 6:30 in the morning and I'm on my way to Kansas City. So Sunday, yesterday, the 17th, we had a leisurely morning. We both kind of relaxed. I don't think I even got up till 7. But the room I was sleeping in had a window that looked out on the sunrise. So as I like woke up, opened my eyes, and the sun was rising, and I just lay in bed and watched the sunrise. It was great. We had a really crummy cup of coffee at the Airbnb, and then packed up my stuff, checked out. We found a coffee shop called Second Best in Kansas City. That's where I got my mug. And at that point I was like, okay, well, I'm not getting yarn, so I'll get myself a mug. And I'm very happy I did. Although they also had a navy blue mug, and part of me is wishing I got that, but I love this, so oh well, it's fine. This was locally made. I'm not gonna spill my Americano to look for the artist name, but a lot of people collect like the Starbucks You Were Here mugs. I try and collect local pottery mugs. So it's a lot more expensive, but I like it. And this was helpful on the way home because I kept getting Americanos places and they're boiling hot when you get them because it's just espresso and hot water. So I could like cool it off a little bit in my cup and then pour it into this mug, and the cool mug and the air would cool it down enough to be drinkable. So that was my life hack. So I used it to cool off my coffee so I could drink it faster. So Sunday, we went to the Messenger, had coffee, had breakfast. It was really good. We then went, that's when we had the roastery tour. So we drove out to the roastery again, toured. I'll put in those videos and stuff in a minute. And then we just wandered around, we shopped, we got some cool stuff. They had the cleaning equipment I needed for my espresso machine, and excuse me. So we got all that stuff there. And then we went and had barbecue again. I think I forgot to say we had barbecue the first night. We went back to the Airbnb, slept, and then had barbecue. And then went out and had coffee and dessert. But we had barbecue again. So the first night we ate in Kansas City, Missouri at Joe's Barbecue. And Sunday night we ate in Kansas City, Kansas at Q39 Midtown Barbecue. Joe's was better. Q39 was very good, but Joe's was better. So that's my 2 cents. So we had Q39 and then we hit the road. We kind of made a leisurely trip of it. We weren't in a super rush or anything to get anywhere, but we drove for a couple hours, stopped and had a cup of coffee at the Crazy Llama. I was trying to remember. The Crazy Llama coffee shop in Joplin, I believe, Missouri, on the way back. And that was good. I had an Americano there also. It was good. Again, boiling hot. And then we went straight to Rogers to see my brother. My brother and sister-in-law live in Rogers, Arkansas, which is almost 3 hours from me. So it was on the way back. So we stopped and had dinner with them at Torchy's Tacos, and it was delicious. And then from Rogers, we drove about an hour and 45 minutes to Russellville and saw one of my other little brothers along the way. And then that put us ready to make the final leg of the trip home at like 8:30 at night. My dad says sweetest man ever, so he picked up some people outside of Dollar General that needed a ride home, so we did that. But then we just drove home from there. We got home at like 9:30 or so, came home, kind of put my stuff away, took a shower, got in bed, and crashed. And I'm so glad I did, because I needed the rest. And I'm still tired. I know the sunburn's making me more tired too. It's going down a little bit, but I'm just gonna keep nursing that with aloe and Tylenol or ibuprofen or whatever. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna show and tell a couple of things that I worked on throughout the weekend. Then I'll show you the footage from Sunday that I got. I don't know how much I got, but some of it. So what I worked on was really just my musselbergs. I showed you already my little brother's musselberg and my other Christmassy musselberg. So these were kind of, I went back and forth Friday and Saturday and worked on the both of them. They're both in my float tote by Nitty Natty, and I love them so far. This one is Malabrigo stock yarn, and this is the Yarnable Christmas yarn from last year. This one I have a little Grinchmas Progress Keeper from Lori, and this one I have a little peppermint that I made. So those were my big projects. I had one in my purse and kind of just worked on those when I had a few moments places. But like I said, it didn't need a ton. This trip wasn't a knitting trip. It was a with my dad trip, and I'm really glad that we did that. And then in terms of souvenirs, I didn't get a ton. I stopped at Yarn Social and got one thing for me and one thing for Kristen. And I got these bags, and they're so cute. They're like felted, oh gosh, with a boxed bottom. And I just think they're the cutest thing in the entire world. And then I just got a little Yarn Social tape measure, and I got these stitch markers that have little felted balls on them. So it's just a light bulb marker, but with a little felty ball. I think they're so cute. They came in this little tin. So I didn't get any yarn because I don't need any yarn. And also most of their sock yarn didn't have nylon. So I wasn't super into that. But I think these are adorable little notions pouches to just fill with everything I might need and toss in my purse. And I got Kristen one too. And hers is the little pink and teal. And out of that package of stitch markers, I stuck the ones on here that matched her bag. So yeah, I'm excited about those. I think they're fun. I like yarny related but not yarn gifts a lot right now. I mean, I like them in general. I like all things yarny. So that's what I bought. So now I'm gonna show you what I got up to Sunday. So enjoy that. Okay, shawlography spoilers time. I did not bring my shawlography on the trip with me. I just didn't. I worked on it a little bit Friday, but I've only done 2 rows of the second clue, so that's what you're gonna see. So it's really a clue 1 spoiler, but y'all know how it is. Duh. Look at it. So I've joined in, or whatever color I'm doing for this. Maybe I've done 3 rows. I think I did. 3 or 4 rows of, yeah, a little further. So I'm gonna put this in my bag and work on this today for my lunch knitting. I believe this section I'm working on now is these 2 colors together. So this is my teeny button yarn and this one is magpie fibers. I don't know colorway names. I think they're all on my Ravelry page, which my Ravelry is always linked below. But yeah, I worked on this Little Friday, so I think I might have some footage I'll put in after this, but this is, of course, at the end here. So yeah, I'm excited to see this thing grow. It's Monday. I hope I can keep up. There are 5 sections, so I need to do a section a day for the rest of the week in order to not fall behind because I took the weekend off. So that's my goal. I'm gonna do it. I printed a pattern, which is not like me, but it felt right. And I don't know if I've showed you guys, I have this in a knick-knack knits bag. I love her. This bag just called to me. She had it at the trunk show in Arkansas Yarn Co. and I love the straps so much. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna knit on today. But yeah, that was my long weekend. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I will see you tomorrow.